What's up, everybody? Mr. Hollywood here, back again. Sorry about last night, could not make it, but we got one game left here for round number one, and that's between Lake Superior and Illinois. It's game number five. Series is all tied up, 2-2 here, and it comes down to this: the winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals, and they'll be taking on the number one Florida Gators in the quarterfinals. As you can see, the brackets next to me: UCLA taking down Missouri 3-0. Same thing with the Ohio State and Minnesota. Last night, Ohio State winning that third game 3-0. They'll move on. They'll take on Maine in the quarterfinals. UCLA will go up against Toronto, and then Clemson beating UNLV 3-0, and they'll go up against North Dakota in the quarterfinals. So pretty much just waiting on this. You can see the results from all the games on the bottom. We got the leaderboards there, and just grabbing the stream here for tonight's game. It looks like we do have a stream. Awesome, awesome. Let me pull that one up here. Get the so we can get the lineups here. Final game here tonight, round number one. This is the season 6. So Lake Superior over here against Illinois. What a series this has been. I mean, started off 2-0 Illinois. Took the first two games. Night number one, 4-0, then 4-2. But then last night, Lake Superior back in this series here, winning game 3, 4-0, and then game number 4, 3-2, and they force game 5 here tonight. So it all comes down to this one here. Winner will move on, and the loser of this game, like I said, will go home after tonight. You see the Lake Superior lineup on there. Looks like in net they got Infidel, left wing Nigerian, Gastow and Fire at the center spot. Right wing, Casey Killer, Kebrick, and Blues and Booze over there at the defensive spot. And then on the other end, it should be Hilly, Fedorov, and Nakis at the forward line with Wig Splitter and D Rob on D, and then Chap in net. Should be the lineup there for Illinois if things have not changed. Like I said, I'll be bringing the play-by-play here. My favorite liar, LSS, all the way. We'll see. Comes down. They made a great, like I said, they made this into a series. I really thought Illinois had this one after night number 1, but come back here. I think I got to give Lake Superior the momentum at this point, after winning last night. I think that was huge. Definitely momentum in their way here, and one win away. So it comes down to this here. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, man. Who's gonna take it? Who do you think is moving on to take on Florida in the quarterfinals? Will it be Lake Superior, or will it be Illinois bouncing back here? Like you said, each team won each night. 2 games, first to Illinois, then 2 games to Lake Superior. So and that just shows you, each night could be different games. It's been close games here. Despite 4-0, but that game, like I said, it was mainly a 1 or 2 goal game until the late in the third. Same thing with game number 2. It's mainly 3-2 in that one. That's the one that Lake Superior came back in, but then could not win that one. But they did take the 2 last night. And that's where we are here. That's why we're here tonight. It's for Game 5. All the other teams, like I said, got swept last night. Missouri did not even show up against UCLA for Game 3. But listen, I wouldn't blame them. If I had to play UCLA, I don't know if I would show up on there. So they saved the embarrassment, and UCLA moves on. And that should be a hell of a series. Toronto against UCLA in the quarterfinals. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most out of here. Ohio State, like I said, shown dominance, and don't let their rank fool you. Like I said, they move on, and this I think that's gonna be a very tough game there for Maine. Not gonna be a cakewalk there. I actually had Ohio State and Maine in the finals here. I predicted, but it's not gonna happen because they're facing off in the quarterfinals. That should be a hell of a series as well. I think depends who shows up for Ohio State. I think more of the availability, the rosters there, and how well, because we know they got the players. We know that. I mean, on paper, Ohio State is stacked on here, but how well can they play against this Maine team? Especially if Maine comes out, wins a game, or wins two, will Ohio State be able to regroup after that? That's the key. But like I said, I think it's gonna be a hell of a series there. I wouldn't be surprised Ohio State moves on. But can we see Maine go out in the quarterfinals right away? I don't know. I don't know. And then the last matchup there, I said Clemson took down UNLV as well. A lot of close games in that one as well. Like I said, UNLV, great battle, great way to get into the postseason. Very tough team in Clemson that they had to face. But now Clemson goes up against North Dakota in round one. That's gonna be a tough game there for the Tigers, but we'll see. I mean, that's why we play the game here. Anything could happen. Um, OCHL. And just want to remind everybody on top here, Season 7 signups are live. If you have not signed up, make sure. Okay, okay. Let me get that working. I totally forgot about that. You know what I mean? What the hell? We may be able to get a special guest on here, special guest commentary here. I just want to set this up here, make sure that things are working, so you guys could hear both of us. Looks like they're still waiting on here. One guy in the chat has got the Z's on there, man. Waiting. Oh, at least it's gonna be a short night. You know, only one. I think I got the audio set up here fine. It should be good. It should be good there. Ooh. Uh oh.
Can you hear me?
Yo yo yo. Yeah yeah yeah. Let me see. I'm just trying to get the
How's it
settings
going?
there. I think they could hear you. I think it should be good. What's going on, man? How you? We got Cap and Turba, ladies and gentlemen, joining the booth here tonight. What's going on, man? How you doing? I know you guys had a bye, round number one, but now you guys gonna be taking on Ohio State in the quarterfinals. What do you think of that matchup? All right, let me switch this up. All right, should be fine. Looks like we got okay, game should be on the way here. Illinois, Lake Superior. Hey Cap, I had the mute on the Discord there. It should be working now though. Everything
Okay,
should be fine.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Nice, nice. Well, let everybody in the chat know if everybody could hear. I think it should be fine. I think I got the, Mike and Yikes. We had some issues on Saturday, but I think everything's fine. I think everybody could hear each other. Main
Why
sucks.
do you want to give a thumbs up in the chat if it's all good?
So you guys got Ohio State round number one. I mean, were you hoping you guys would play somebody else? I mean, how do you think you match up there against Ohio State?
Um, I mean, no matter how you slice it, the quarterfinals were going to be good teams. Um, I think it was kind of clear some teams got swept, even though I think Minnesota put up a pretty good fight. Those last two games were really close against OSU. But it was kind of clear that those five, six, seven teams that had just missed the bye were really, really good teams too. So we knew no matter who we got, it was going to be a good matchup. Um, Ohio State obviously is a team that is pretty good. Their record in the last 2 weeks is much different than the record in the first 2 weeks. So it's going to be a tough matchup for sure, and I would not be surprised if it goes to 7.
Okay, okay. That's what I see it as well. Like I said, I think more of I mean, if Ohio State gets all the guys show up like they did against Minnesota, I think it's gonna be a tough one. I don't see it being a quick series, four and done, like we've seen a lot of these series here in round one. Um, I think definitely could go 6 or 7. And it looks like to start the game here, Illinois is taking a penalty there for the late start. And Illinois had a 2-0 lead here in this series, but Lake Superior able to bounce back here, and that's where we are. Game 5 here. Winner of this game moves on to play the number one Florida after
Yeah, it's
this.
kind of like a it's like, do you really want to win and play a Florida team that's been mercying everybody? I mean, you can look in the media center last week. They went ahead and all like the individual stat records were basically just broken by Pizza, Giroux, and what's his name? Jay. Those three guys now hold almost all of the season records for points, goals, assists, you name it. It's been a crazy season with them scoring what seems like an insane amount of goals every single game.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we pointed a bit of that on last Saturday's show because I mean, you look at that team. Usually, maybe you have like a guy or two that carries the team, but on this team's stacked. I mean, you talk about weapons on the team, um, and for all those guys to be in that leaderboard category, not only career stats, but just for this season alone, it's tremendous. So whatever line they bring out, it's gonna be a tough night each night you play them on there.
Yeah, I most of those guys, this is actually their first season playing, with the exception of Giroux,
Mhm,
who played in season 5. Pizza, Jay, what's that, Lancod, whatever.
mhm.
Those guys have all. That's just their first season in the OCHL.
Oh, wow.
Um, Florida Kong is the owner. He played a little bit in season 5. I think he might have been a TC on Ohio State. Um, he kind of brought in a lot of his friends. Kind of seemed to basically draft whoever he wanted,
Mhm.
and turns out who he wanted was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he definitely got the players here, and they've shown up. Florida has been on top of the standings here throughout the season here. A couple losses here and there, but that does happen. But come playoff time, I think they're gonna come out big. And yeah, they play the winner of this one, Illinois, Lake Superior. Now Lake Superior has made us quite a good run here as of late. Have beat a couple of the top teams in the regular season. A bit of a
Yeah, they had
scare
quite a
to
few
start the
really good wins.
series here. They were down 2-0, but they bounced right back here, and we'll see if
Yeah,
they
I
could
think
close
it
it out.
was game 2. Chapton in net for Illinois played out of his mind, um, and really kept Illinois looking pretty comfortable in that game when maybe it should have been really close. And it's gonna be interesting because I feel like at first Illinois jumped out, that two game lead, and I didn't really know if LSS could do it because although LSS has um, that line that they're playing right now, that's beaten those top teams. Could their other players do it? Could they beat Illinois, who um, is a bit more balanced, I think, as far as not really having a top line. So it's been interesting to see LSS come back, win 2 straight last night, pretty convincingly as well. Um, Neither of the games were really ever a concern for them. They jumped out to an early lead, and then they kept Illinois on the outside, and Illinois didn't really have a whole lot of great chances through most of that game as I took a peek. But it looks to be pretty even right now.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just took a penalty.
Speaking about chances, yeah, Illinois will have a good chance here, getting on the power play. It's a scoreless one here, 0-0, deadlock. Nobody on the board yet. 3.5 to go here in the first period, And yeah, it's been a battle here, definitely between these two. And tonight we're getting a good one here. Both of these teams want to move on to the next round. Only one of them will, and soon we'll find out who that is. Um, Big chance here for Illinois to try to get on the board. Looking at the other parts of the brackets on there, we got some interesting matchups for the next round. One in particular, I mean Toronto going up against UCLA on here. Now with UCLA, I think UCLA should have finished off number three or not even number two. I mean these guys were playing
They
great. They
they
fell
could
off a
have.
little bit towards the end there. Toronto ended up winning a big matchup there. Um, to get the number four spot. So UCLA had to play round one here, but man, these guys showed up in round one, just totally dominated things here. And now they go back against Toronto, and that's going to be in the back of their mind here. They got to play Toronto again, the team that beat them, had to make them force them to play this round one matchup. And there's key guys on both teams. I don't think it's going to be an easy one here for Toronto. I think that's probably the best matchup in the quarterfinals that I see.
Yeah, and last season, so Toronto used to be called Army last season. They relocated the team, so to speak, to Toronto. Um, and they were the number 5 seed last season, and they played the number 4 seed in the quarterfinals. And it was another great series. And so you're looking at here, Toronto is in the same situation, just as the 4 seed instead of the 5 seed, playing in what is obviously going to be a tremendously close series. I think, I've said it in chat. People think I'm maybe a bit biased. I think Toronto has a bit more depth than UCLA, um, because Toronto runs some balanced lines. I know a lot of the guys on Toronto, but that being said, UCLA has proven that when they come out and control a game, and they can keep up with anybody. So Toronto might be balanced, but if UCLA wins those games, those top line kind of versus top line games, it could be big trouble for Toronto.
I agree. I agree. Look at the stats here from period number one. Illinois has not registered a shot here yet. It's 0-0, but Lake Superior only has two, so very low shot here. Even though Illinois controls most of the time attack, and that's probably because the power play chance they also had.
Well, they both had a power
Oh, they
play
did. Right, right.
right at
So
the
both
start
of
of
them
the
0
game.
for 1. Yes, yes. They had to
LSS
take the
had one.
penalty. So,
Each had 2 power plays and only 2 shots registered
so
for the
more of
entire
a
first period.
more of a defensive battle here by both teams. Neither team want to make that first mistake either on here. So, and that's what we expect. Usually expect when you come down to like the final game, whether it's game seven or like tonight, game number five. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see
Well,
who.
there's a chance. They need to shoot the puck.
Eh, well, you can't win a game without any shots on that, especially for Illinois. They got zero for the first period. So that's definitely got to change. And I think like I said, the momentum I think kind of shifted in this series here, and I believe in favor of Lake Superior, winning the last two. I think it really changed in game two. Game one they were down 4-0, and it looks like we got our first goal of the night here.
Off the face
It'll
off.
be Lake Superior on the board early here, start period number two, and that's Rigerian with the goal, getting things going. Kaburk with the assist on that, fed him, shot, and Superior on the board here, 1-0.
And they're going right back down again. They had about 3 minutes of game time sustained pressure before that goal. I I wonder if they're gonna have more sustained pressure, Illinois might be in trouble because it seemed in the first period the puck was getting out quick. They were not getting that sustained pressure, but they're moving the puck pretty well now.
Yeah, a big opportunity there, but a better save by Chap, keeping this a 1-0 game. But Lake Superior definitely bringing a lot more pressure here. Like I say, Illinois really hasn't got set up in that offensive zone much. It's been,
No, not really. It's been neutral zone and out.
yeah. So things got to change on that for Illinois here. But it's only a 1-0 game. Anybody's game here at the moment. Um, and then on the other brackets there, what about the Clemson series? Clemson and this North Dakota team. Now, not many people really. I mean, on this North Dakota team, not many people, as far as the Discord goes, did you see these guys come out there, talking a lot or like doing a lot of trash talking out there. North Dakota has been pretty quiet, but they've been pretty deadly here this season. They finished number three in the standings. Um, what do you think about that matchup with Clemson?
Yeah, I think the Clemson series will be interesting because Clemson has kind of stuck around in games against the top teams. You know, they are the sixth seed. Probably Ohio State's been better than them to close out the season, but they have the higher seed. But they've stuck around against teams, taking teams to overtime. They beat Florida at the end of the season. Um,
They did. They
and they
did.
have Crispy and Net, who's always played very, very well um, at Clemson. So they can hang around, and I think if North Dakota kind of doesn't take them seriously, I think they could be surprised by Clemson. I think North Dakota will win the series. I picked them in my bracket. I think North Dakota is the overall better team, but that's not to say, Clemson can't win. I think Clemson has some weapons, and they've proven that they can stick around in games and they can give people trouble when, especially if you don't take them seriously.
No, they do. They do, especially with Dunks up there, Prime and Summit. Have been very good
That's a
here this
very good
season for
line.
Clemson when they're on the ice. And then, yeah, you got a solid goaltender in Shifty Crispy back there, who's been keeping the games close for Clemson. And we'll see. We'll see. They play against North Dakota, so that's the matchups there. And I'm pretty sure they'll have a show on Saturday. I'll break down more on that. Who they think is going to move on, win those, get the predictions, and as well as the results here from round number one. Right now, under 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Still 1-0 here for Lake Superior. The only goal there scored thus far, and that was by Rigerian scoring there for Lake Superior. But then here comes another power play chance for Illinois, who's still waiting to trying to get that offense going here to register some shots.
So
Good
this is
chance
the
here,
chance.
man advantage.
And before this, Lake Superior kind of had a little breakaway that whoever it was, I think it was the right wing, decided to pass instead of shoot. When shots have not been coming easy, I feel like they need to take those chances when they get them.
Absolutely, absolutely. In a game like this, where it's oh, and what a play there, short-handed. Oh wow, just dumped
Oh,
it down
he
the
had the
ice.
goalie
The
moving.
the Omaha style play there, and that's Casey Killer, uh, killing Illinois here. Makes that 2-0. Um, the defense, and sometimes you get called like that. You're here on the power play. You want to try to register those shots. You see you haven't put a shot in the first period. Maybe they got a couple shots here this period, and you start getting a little bit more aggressive. You're down now one
They got
nothing,
they got caught a little deep in the zone, I think.
and you get caught on that play, big Omaha play where Lake Superior was dumping the puck down the ice to kill off the PK, but beat off the defense. And Casey Killer, I mean, that's another guy that's been great here for Lake Superior. I mean, this guy has a tremendous season here for them, and that's a huge goal
Yeah,
there for
he's
Lake
been a big guy
Superior.
for them. Which Casey Killer plays. Oh, that's not the wraparound animation you wanted. Casey Killer plays defense in LG. I'm 99% sure, unless he made the switch to forward recently. Um, Long time, known defensive name. I played with him a number of times, once in WJC and other things like that. But he's definitely a known defensive player. I don't think I've seen him play forward, but he's been producing.
Yeah, no, he has. He definitely has. Throughout the season. But yes, you did mention. I believe he did play a bit, a couple of the games defense as well. But his stats are pretty solid regardless on here, and that's gonna do it here at the end of two. Big third period is gonna be coming up, and that man right there, like I said, Nigerian with the second goal. First goal scored there by Nigerian, and then second goal there by Casey Killer makes this a 2-0 game. In the chat there, my favorite liar is loving it. He's like, let's go. And then he did mention that, well, hold up. We got Florida next. Yes, you do.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think whoever wins this game is gonna find themselves on the wrong end of that Florida series. I I don't see Florida dropping more than 2 games to either of these teams. I think they've just played too complete as of late. The team has just shown that they know how to play together. I think they're going to be too much trouble for both of these teams. But you never know until they play the games. Um, there's been a lot of things that have happened in a lot of different series in this league that maybe you didn't expect. So it'll be interesting to see. But 7 shots to 2, Illinois has got to get something going. They got 1 period left, down by 2.
Yeah, big third period, and the big stat on there as well. You mentioned the shots, only two. They're getting the chances at 3 power play chances here against Lake Superior with only 2 shots registered. You know, unless you got a 100% shooting percentage here, you ain't gonna win
That's
this
not
game
gonna
here.
right. I mean, they just haven't got the puck in deep. At the end of the day, they enter the zone and LSS is right on them. They've broken up the zone entries and gotten the puck out pretty much right away, almost every time. And they even got a goal out of one of them. And there's an interception on a 2-on-1. I
Yeah, Lake
think
Superior is playing great defense. The guys back there are definitely on point, not allowing any good opportunities. Even with just the minimal shots that Illinois has, it hasn't been really big quality shots that they've
no,
given
they
up
really
here.
haven't been. That is the exact kind of team defense that has given them wins over. I think they beat North Dakota twice. They beat Toronto once or twice. Um, they took Maine down to the wire. I think it was 2-1, 3-2, something like that. They've kind of like Clemson, although Clemson's hung around um, in a little bit higher scoring games. Lake Superior State's stuck around against those big teams in low scoring games.
And this one here, another low scoring game, and with 2 goal lead, I think is huge in a series like this here. And if the lead stays like this, you got to hats off to the defense here by Lake Superior, and making a great comeback here. They were down 2-0 in this series, and on the verge here, just 11 and a half to go here in the third period. They're that close of moving on to the next round. Shout out to Jan in the chat there. He's talking about golf. I guess he is starting golf, and maybe one of these teams will be joining him here shortly.
They will be on the links tomorrow probably. It's and I hate to say it, but there's again, Illinois can't get in the zone. They are just getting bumped off the puck at the blue line by Lake Superior State. It's been all night like that, and if they don't start either mixing up how they're entering the zone or just throwing things on net, I don't see how they're going to get the chances because it just hasn't been working all game, and they don't seem to be mixing it up.
Absolutely, and that gets frustrating as a player on the ice there, where you're having a difficult time just trying to cross over that blue line, and then when you get it there, boom, it's a turnover. But there's a good shot on that one-timer shot, but put away by Infidel with the save. And coming about 7 minutes to go here. Time running down here for Illinois. They need at least one here to make this a 1 goal game.
Yep, and this is where you're going to see Illinois start to pressure and push, and their forwards are going to start to cheat. Already starting to see the forwards disappear off the screen. The second they think their defense gets the puck, they're starting to inch towards the blue line and center ice, try to get a chance.
So here we go. So if you're just tuning in here, Illinois Lake Superior, just the final game here of round number 1. Brackets will be all done and set here after tonight. And regardless, whoever wins, they're facing Florida here, based on the other teams that have already advanced into the next round. So if you're tuning in here, this is the Online Collegiate Hockey League here, Season 6 playoffs. And I just want to remind everybody as well, Season 7 signups are live, posted there. Make sure you guys sign up. You want to be part of the Season 7. Right around the corner. You know how quick the leagues go. We're already in the postseason here. And for the summer season. Should be a good one. And then here comes another chance. Lake Superior, another penalty taken, but they're 0 for 3 here tonight. Um,
And they really haven't looked deadly at all on the power play. They've given up a goal, and
mhm.
um, they haven't really had a whole lot outside of point shots that have been blocked on the power play, and that's just not a recipe for success.
I agree. I agree. That was a big shorthanded goal, and I think that's really a difference maker. If this was a one-goal game, it could be anybody's game at this point. But Illinois needs one here quick. Time winding down. About 2 minutes to go here in Game 5 of the series. Here, tied 2-2. Winner will be moving on. And you talk about shorthanded goals, Cap. Here comes another one, and
Oh,
that
that's
might just
probably the
do it.
dagger. Yeah,
That's and then we talked about how Illinois had to pressure up, try to force, especially now that you have a power play chance, and then here comes another shorthanded goal, and it's Casey Killer again. That's his second one of the night, and Lake Superior coming out big here in game number 5.
it's kind of strange. I think was it game one, Lake Superior State got shut out. Game three, Illinois got shut out, and now game five, Illinois is getting shut out again. I mean,
Right?
I don't even know how many combined goals have we had in the series. It's not been a lot.
There hasn't been even like the 4-2 game that you look at. It was 3-2 mainly. He scored maybe the fourth goal in like the final seconds at that point. But yeah, it's been mainly close throughout this whole series.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like, a lot of shutouts here, and especially here for Infidel to be registering another shutout here for Lake Superior. And they're gonna need to play this type of defense against Florida. That's for sure. Next round.
yeah. The thing they're gonna have to watch with Florida is Illinois held the puck a lot. They entered the zone and they held the puck. They waited for something to happen. Florida doesn't do that. Oh, what a chance.
Yeah.
Florida makes quick passes and it's right away. The puck's on the net. They don't delay. You can go and look at their previous games. You can look at their time on attack versus their shots. They don't waste time holding the puck. They enter the zone, they make some passes, and then it's pucks on net. They have a lot of one timers, so the type of defense that works against Illinois might not work against Florida. But Lake Superior State moves on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right, not really a best quality game here. They were a bit sloppy too with those penalties, and I think if they take those type of penalties against Florida, we might get a different outcome on here. Unfortunately, Illinois was not able to convert on any of them. 0 for 4 here tonight. Only 3 shots registered. Both teams about 5 minutes time on attack. But two big shorthanded goals by Lake Superior, Casey Killer, and has Lake Superior moving on to the next round. They'll be going on to the quarterfinals to play Florida. Cap, man, thanks for joining in on here. I appreciate it. Doing the play-by-play commentary. Some guys get tired of my voice here, just hearing me by myself on here.
I
Always
don't.
good to hear other guys on the show. And I just want to mention everybody else on there. If you're out of the playoffs or have been eliminated and you want to join the booth here next week, you're more than welcome. Definitely want to get some guys, especially for the semis and finals, because those should be some fun and a fantastic series here. But it's been a good one here. Season 6 playoffs here for the OCHL. And once again, I just want to remind as well, on top there, Season 7 signups are live. Make sure you guys register. And we'll have the brackets and everything updated for the next round. Actually, I think I have. Let me pull that up.
It's not much of a change.
No.
What you have
Let
is almost right.
me see. Boom. Right on the fly. There we go. So Lake Superior with that win, 3-2 in the series win. Move on to take Florida, Toronto against UCLA, Maine against Ohio State, and North Dakota and Clemson. So we're down to the 8 now. The big 8 here for next week. Good luck to all the teams. Cap, once again, thanks a lot here for joining for the booth here for this. Well, we only had the one game here tonight, but generally it's a multi-stream here, and we'll try to get all 4 of those for next week, just as we did here for round number 1. Um, any final words before we sign out?
No, nothing from me. Thanks for having me.
Shout out to Maine.
Maine doesn't need a shout out. We got back-to-back cups.
Shout out Nuke. Solid Nuke. Shout out to him, man.
Oh
Was a
no,
good,
we
good
hate
guess.
Nuke.
Have a good
Nuke is the
night.
worst.
Have a good night, everybody.